You've been wondering why you're here, who I am, why I'm doing this to you. So guess. If you guess right, I'll tell you. By the old gods and the new, I swear. You win the game. If you can figure out who I am and why I'm torturing you, and I win the game if you beg me to cut off your finger. You think I'm some sort of a savage? If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. I win.
Welcome to this podcast.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, welcome back. Same shit, different day. The podcast, my brother.
Same shit, different day. Except today, it's 420, baby.
Episode 16, 420. Happy 420, everybody. Happy holidays.
Word.
Hope you're indulging and enjoying.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, man. You know, we started this podcast thinking, this is basically what we do every day, right? We call each other, we bullshit over like what's going on in sports, a lot of the fight talk, and that's what, stemmed the name, Same Shit, Different Day, right?
True.
What I saw on Saturday,
holy shit,
farthest from the same shit I've seen on any day that I've been on this planet.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, God. We always kick it off with the UFC. The UFC is the premier league. They're the top. They're the NBA. They're the NFL. But, no, this week, we need to start with the spectacle. I won't call it an event. The fucking spectacle was Triller Fight Club.
Yikes!
Tell them how you really feel. I knew what it was when you hit me up and said the entire event is fake and produced and hit me with 3 fake remarks.
And what time was that? That was like 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 2.5 hours before Ben Askren and Jake Paul walked.
Yeah.
It was when I saw this guy's fighting this guy. Joe Fournier over here is a billionaire. Who the fuck knows from what? But he's fighting Raycom Headphones, the reggaeton singer over here. And I said, what's going on?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Right? And boxing is infamous for being main event heavy. That's all they have, right? They got their top heavy. They have that main event that you came to see, and who the fuck are the rest of these guys?
Right.
But no, this was a joke. There was 8 fucking music concerts in between. I think there was only 5 fights.
Let's get it.
I didn't know which was worse. Because I forget about the music. Like, I'm a fan of like Ice Cube and even Snoop. Who the fuck were these other people? We are fight fans. I don't know who Saweetie is. Get her out of my screen.
That's my best friend.
Get her out of here,
on, bro.
It was 45 minutes between fights at certain times.
Yes.
Then you got this. The absolute disgusting coke-fueled rant that Oscar De La Hoya was laying into our ears.
I love cocaine.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yikes!
Oh my God.
If somebody doesn't call him a medic, like, are you kidding me? What is going on right now?
A little too many drinks, a couple too many lines, guys.
You got Snoop Dogg over here as a part owner of this company talking about the $2 million bet he has on the main event for one guy in the fight.
Are you dumb?
That's illegal. I don't mean to be a snitch, bro. Bro, have y'all lost it? Hit the bleep.
Oh my God.
I'm on Instagram like, yo, what in the fucking TNA wrestling is this? And the next segment is a slap fight of which Ric Flair is refereeing.
Yo, that was lit though. Come on, out of everything, that wasn't lit. It was a fucking YouTube spectacle. All right. You need to go into it knowing that. You weren't going to watch a boxing fight. You were going to watch a YouTube production.
Okay. All right. But right. Exactly. But that's not what I was told beforehand. And I tend to look at Vegas, right? Are you putting odds on this? Because if you're putting odds on it, there has to be some sort of legitimacy to it.
They put odds on it. You made a pick. You got to stick with your pick.
Shut your mouth.
I didn't take that. No,
you take the L with Ben Askren.
No, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
He might have caught a huge W, but I don't take
the L. No, I don't take
the L. That was embarrassing.
You're lucky I don't take a point.
Stupid.
Just by default. Forget about the L. I'm not taking the L. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It was fake. I wouldn't even have discussed this on this podcast last week if I had any idea how fucking fake it was going to be.
Oh my
All right?
God.
And you know what? I saw the Askren interview the day after, and I almost feel sorry for the guy. I love how these sports fucking outlets actually have the audacity to post a news report saying Ben Askren denies the fight was rigged. Are you fucking retarded or what? Like, I need to know. Because if Ben Askren ever admits that fight was rigged, he loses his purse, he loses his license, he'll lose everything from that fight. What are you talking about? He's embarrassed and he just wants to go back to life. It was bullshit.
My man Jake Paul makes everybody sign NDAs. You know he got one with Ben Askren.
Of course. Of course. And listen, yo, you know what? I don't even mind, man. I'm not knocking the hustle. Because I got a couple things to say about Jake Paul. And I'm dead serious about this, really. I actually think for a kid who's had like 3 amateur fights, I don't care what they want to call them fucking professional fights. Mm-hmm. They're not. Right. They're 3 amateur fights. He looks like he can box. Did I truly believe Ben Askren was going to beat him? Well, I was up in the air. I thought in boxing, like just off technique and looking well, hell no. It's Ben Askren. I said that every week we talked about this, so no one can act like I'm backing up now. And I did say I thought the kid looked like he looks like he has a little technique, but stop. It takes fucking Deontay Wilder 8-9 rounds to put down somebody at heavyweight.
Yeah.
But this kid is dropping Ben Askren with 1 punch. And just look at it, right? Both guys took a dive. Nate Robinson, and I actually believed the Nate Robinson knockout up until that night. That night I said, oh, this is a YouTube series. It's just on long form on Triller. That's it. Yeah. This is not a fucking real fight. And now I know that Nate went down to the ground too. And you could just see, because look at their athleticism. Go back and rewatch when they both get knocked down. Nate falls flat to his face and really takes a nice one. And Ben Askren does what you would think anyone after hip surgery in his 60s would do. Fall over looking kind of retarded as he hit the ground off the knockout. But come on, man. Robbie Lawler punched that guy in the face with 4-ounce gloves for fucking a whole round.
That's what I'm saying. They could have put on a better show.
And yo, not for nothing, I swear to God, if you really go back and rewatch it, it's like early on, right? I think Jake Paul throws a jab and Askren like weaves it and hits him with an overhand right. And I went, oh shit. And I swear to God, that was just to like make it look good. Come on. It was all such bullshit, man. And that's a shame because I actually think Jake Paul's got some fucking possible talent. And maybe if he did things the right way, you know, this isn't the right way though. And yo, that disgusting fucking pussy of a man.
Pussy.
In his corner before the fight talking shit to Tyron Woodley.
Who the fuck is that guy?
My man was talking spicy.
So what did I do? I said, yo, I got to know who this guy is because he had dropped his own name, right? I said, okay, let me check it.
Mr. Investigator.
So.
Fucking cheater.
J. Leon Love grew up in the Detroit area, trained at Clark-Kin. Daniel Stewart used to take him to
Catching him on the way in and out.
Well, this is his problem sitting on the ropes here. This is the big problem because then you're stuck. So J. Leon has got to be moving. He's got to use his legs.
Oh, big right by Benavidez.
That's it.
And I'm not surprised.
Pussy.
So this guy fought absolutely nobody for most of his career. He's fought twice since 2018. Lost the decision. Whoa. He came back in 2019, gets dapped up by David Benavidez in 2 rounds and quits up on the ropes with his hands covering his face. Has not fought since. Now he wipes sweat from Jake Paul's forehead when it's requested of him.
Yikes!
That's a bad look.
Yo, not for nothing, man. I don't care what you want to say of all the shit like that. I talk a lot of shit on here. And just the truth is, too, I say shit to fighters who are way more certified than I am, right? Because they've actually done it and they train every day.
Right.
Yo, Jay, you're a pussy. Like, and you deserve nothing better. You deserve absolutely nothing better. You're disgusting. I don't give a fuck if what you do in your career. I don't knock a guy for making $1. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yikes!
Like, what are you exactly, too? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's different if you was to tell me he's Jake Paul's trainer.
Wrong.
Because then I'm cool with it.
I thought he was the glove man.
He's nothing.
Oh, shit.
He's part of the team.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
You're a grown-ass whole man, bro.
Pussy.
And your job is to be some YouTube kid's bitch?
Oh, shit.
Damn, bro. Do you have kids? Can you look them in the face? What? Like, oh, my God. Yo, you should be ashamed of yourself, bro. Straight up, that's what you do? Oh, my, he can't pay you enough. I don't give a fuck if you lay fucking cement, bro. If you the fucking construction guy, I respect that 100 times more. I don't give a fuck what you do. I respect the drug dealer on the street more than I respect that guy. Are you fucking kidding me? You're Jake Paul's bitch.
He went up hard against T Wood, man.
Yeah, went up. Yeah,
and T Wood kept it calm, bro. He knew he'd fucking take his head off.
Listen, you know I'm not the biggest T Wood fan. T Wood would have killed everybody in that room with his bare hands by himself.
Yeah,
that's my word.
Yeah,
because I don't give a fuck about how many of them can box.
I agree.
He would have started throwing elbows. He would have taken a couple guys and slammed their heads into the fucking locker.
Very true.
He would have murdered all four of them at the same time. And then they got the nerve to go talk to Daniel Cormier. Do you know how much better Daniel Cormier is than Tyron Woodley? He would actually kill all of you. You better, like, you should run. Are you nuts?
They still living in the YouTube production.
Jake Paul said, yo, how about me versus you, fat boy? And then Jay versus Tyron. He's dead serious.
He's trying to set up another production, but it's crazy because right after that, he was like, yo, I got to take a break, you know. Doctors are saying it's looking like I got some CTE.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Looking like okay. Something only diagnosable after death.
Right.
But I guess, sure.
Doofball.
What a doofball. He's been in 3 fights. None of them have landed a punch on him. All right, what? Would you get CTE from training? For 2 years? What the fuck? You better stop. Stop it. I guarantee you the next fight is against fucking Dylan Dennis. I guarantee it.
He's all over the place begging for that bag.
I guarantee it, though, because Jake Paul is not going to fight anybody truly legitimate now. He's gone too far to the other edge, which is like now he's expected to just knock a dude out in 1 round. And Ben Askren, I got a lot of respect for you. Your career. This is the one part of calling this a bullshit fight that I hate. I hate that Ben Askren was a part of this.
He put himself in it, man.
I wanna hold the jury out on that, and I don't know. He did get up pretty quickly, so maybe he was just good to go, and the ref really just called it early, and Ben was like,
he did his little drunk stumble.
You know, people say that, but I swear to God, that's how he walks.
Yikes!
Like, that's how he approaches. Like, it's what he was doing in the 2nd and 3rd round against Damian Maia, too. I mean, I just didn't like it. Didn't make any sense. What maybe he only would have taken it worse. He definitely took a real punch.
Yeah.
The whole thing was bullshit. They had fireworks. Come on.
It was, yo, they put on the show. You can't even be upset. You should have known what you was going into. It was a $50 YouTube production. They got you. 65 million views, buys, whatever it was. Congratulations.
Relax with that fake news. It was he says 1.5, but I don't even believe that. He says 65 to 75 million generated. But how much do you have to pay for like the 8 musical acts that you just had there, that some of which are pretty fucking expensive?
Yeah.
I'm sure you could have pulled fucking Doja Cat off the street, but what did you pay Ice Cube? What did you pay Justin Bieber?
True. Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And what'd you have to pay Ben to take that dive?
Holy shit!
Shit, man. I'll tell you what. If I'm Dana White, I'm not even mad about it.
Stupid.
I'm ecstatic. I send Ben Askren like a $10,000 check tomorrow with a thank you. Because straight up, whatever you sold, you may get all those. Because there are actually kids on the internet like defend these guys. I'm dead serious.
Yo,
like,
bro,
oh, Jake Paul, you better knock this fat fool out. Like, talking about Daniel Cormier. And a fucking Olympic and UFC legend.
Oh, shit.
And there's actually kids on, like, Twitter and Instagram saying, yeah, you would fuck this guy up. I want to strangle them. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? If you know anything about anything, your parents should fucking slap you, yo.
Drugs, kid.
Oh, my God, it's so aggravating. But if I'm Dana White, fuck it. Because guess who you lost, though? Any real fight fan. And there was a lot of us.
Yeah.
A lot of us were interested to see if Ben Askren could wear this kid down because we knew he was a tough, durable, real fighter. We knew everyone and their mother knew he couldn't outbox him, but we all figured the cardio, the withstanding punches, the ability to fight and be in the bright lights. And you know what? Jake Paul wasn't under the bright lights because he knew how it was going to go. Dana White's response was, I don't even want to say what I think I saw there that night, but I think we all know.
Fraud.
He's Dana White, so that's he can't say it, but he's happy as shit.
Yeah.
That shit is over. You could get all those little loser YouTube kids as long as their parents are willing to shell out that 50 for you every single time. But any real fight fans, bye. Fucking kidding me? What a joke that shit was. How about the dude who fucking threw the body shot that led him on the ground for 8 minutes and then stretchered out, and they replayed it 40 times while he was laying on the ground from every angle possible?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I don't even know.
No question.
His arm even blocked it.
That's not a question. That's not a low blow.
Yeah, it was a legal shot.
I mean, are you kidding me? Come on!
Yikes!
That's a legal shot. It was above the belt line by far.
Well,
it did not land.
He hit him
completely
with his wrist.
whiffed. No, it didn't even touch the wrist, bro. If you see the right angle, it weaves right past the body. This dude curls over on the floor. He's heaving and he's got the doctors, patting his back.
Oh, shit.
They stretchered him out.
Pussy.
And it was so bad that even the announcers, all fucking 17 of them that were in on this and getting paid, even Mario Lopez is out there like, yo, this is embarrassing. He should be embarrassed. It didn't land. Unbelievable. And to top it all off, they gave Jake Paul a belt after all of this.
Yikes!
He deserved it. He put on quite a show.
Shut your mouth!
Quite a show is right. Let's get back to the real stuff. Bro.
Exactly, bro. Enough of that fake shit, yo. There was real fights going on that you should have been fucking watching.
One last note, because you just reminded me by saying that. This just shows you where boxing is, right? Did you know that same night, Saturday, forget about the UFC, let's stay in boxing land. Boxing's middleweight championship was contested that night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's disrespectful because I had absolutely no fucking clue.
Neither did I. I literally read that on the phone days later. Like, wow, really?
Wow.
Wow. And instead, they were highlighting this fucking shit show. Good luck.
Yeah.
So back
UFC's
to the real
the
fight.
future, baby.
It's the present. It's the now.
Yeah.
This fight is over. It's over years ago. I told you it was over the day they waited to fight the Canelo fight while Diaz-Masvidal finished in New York City. They were like, yo, just let us know. And also, could we play it in the arena so our fans have something to do while we wait?
True.
That was it. It was over that day. But this was just the cherry on top. Dana White is laughing his ass off across the fucking ocean in his private jet, laughing about how this company's going on under. Unreal. And now we get to see Oscar De La Hoya fight Eddie Alvarez.
No, that's for real?
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. The guy who talked all that shit about Conor Floyd.
That's
fighting Eddie Alvarez.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit. Anyway, like we said, back to the real shit. UFC Fight Night, Whittaker Gastelum.
Dang.
It was a long card, a lot of decisions.
Holy freak, it was long.
I guess let's start at the top. We lost we lost Jeremy Stevens versus Jakar Close.
Yeah, I read an article where they said Dana White got very upset because Sean Shelby should have fucking stopped that before it even happened, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
And his excuse was because it was Jeremy Stevens.
He's a savage.
The fuck out of here. That was some pussy shit, yo. I didn't like that at all when I seen it, yo. And I'm not surprised that my man called whiplash off that shit.
Pussy.
I mean, in theory, though, right? Shouldn't I get the point? Because, like,
yo,
it's just really it's a KO via a push at 12 hours prior to the first round.
My man had his hands behind his back.
Pussy.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. I just think
That
to myself,
was
like,
pussy.
Yeah, right? For Jakar Close.
No, for fucking Jeremy Steele, you don't walk up on somebody and push him, especially for no reason. He ain't fucking do nothing.
No. My first piece of advice to that would be Jakar Close. You don't walk up to somebody who's a trained killer in front of you with your hands behind your back like you're some big shot.
He was about to fuck him up.
Yeah, well, but really, was he?
Yes.
Was he? Because
yes,
that's the thing that's ironic to me, right? It's like you don't show up to the fight because you got your neck hurt from a push.
Gave him whiplash. Gave him whiplash.
Oh, yeah. The next night, they were going to punch each other in the face.
My man walked up on him. Bro, he walked up on him. He put his hands behind his back.
He said, yo, no danger. Steven said, don't get up in my face like that.
See, he could have saved that for the next day and did that, but he was about to get his ass whipped on.
I guess, but at the end of the day, it really is a TKO 12 hours prior to the first round. I mean, any way you want to slice it, my guy was ready.
Yo, he gave him whiplash.
Oh, wait, so you're saying my guy incurred the thing that caused the fight to stop?
Technically, he assaulted
him. Better then.
Technically, he assaulted him.
Are you dumb, stupid?
Where are we, in Vegas with that, man? Can I press charges? Like,
oh my God, we got Ep.16 on the podcast today.
Blicky with the sticky.
Oh my God, I don't know. I just think that was I think he was like, yo, fuck it, I could get a payday out of this because I don't have to show up. And now they'll just rebook the fight. And
definitely, but that was still some fucking pussy shit, yo. You shouldn't do that, yo.
Car close, you're a puss.
I can't, yo.
Even Dana White knows Jeremy Stephens is a savage, bro. You can't fuck with him like that. Come on.
Okay, yeah.
You shouldn't have let them get that close, and you shouldn't have got that close to him until it was time to bang, bro. Fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
Is that the same Savage that dropped from the body shot?
That's him.
Oh, Savage, yeah, you're right.
Yikes!
I told you, if he's fighting somebody top, listen. If he's fighting a top guy, okay, but the Car Close is not a top guy.
Oh, he's on his way. Don't worry about it. I don't know how he's going to come back out after this concussion and whiplash to his neck and shit.
Oh, my God.
But, I mean, I guess we'll see.
Oh, that hurts.
My man can probably sue him for this shit.
Yo, you really are.
I would, if it was me, I'm pressing the charges.
Yikes!
You be commenting on Jake Paul's videos?
You're not supposed to put your hands on me till tomorrow. Like you caused whiplash. If somebody hit my car, caused whiplash and shit the night before the fight, I'm suing them.
Pussy. You're a professional fighter. He pushed you.
While my hands were behind my back and posing no threat to him. That's assault.
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
Oh, my God.
It's over.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
LVPD, where you at?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, my God. Yo, I might have to put the 6'9" tattoos on your face for this episode, bro. I might have to superimpose it with the wanted hat and everything. Okay. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. All right. Well, that only left us with two other fights that we had picked, which we both picked the same. So didn't really matter in our pick contest. But look, man, I told you last week, though, I wasn't sure Chase Sherman was ready for the Andre Arlovski push.
That gatekeeper, man.
There's only like a top in heavyweight. It's probably even like top 4 to 5, but there's only like a top 8 guys in any division that have to get past that one guy who's been a staple for a while. And he's the gatekeeper, and you make your name off of him or you get sent back down. And I mean, Chase Sherman's been up and down, and I didn't think he was necessarily ready for that. I think maybe they just needed another fight on this card. I don't know.
Yeah. Andre Arlovski held his own for this fight. I talked a lot of shit about him in the last fight. Told him he should have laid his gloves down and shit. Apologize. Yo, he showed that he's a real gatekeeper to the heavyweight division. And Chase Sherman, you're not ready to pass.
Definitely not. Probably never will be, truthfully. I don't think it's been a long career already.
He didn't look too great in there.
No, he didn't. But Bobby Knuckles did.
And, Robert Whittaker against Kelvin Gastelum. Yo, Kelvin held his own.
Yeah.
But, yo, Whittaker is just on a different level right now.
Yeah, definitely. There's nobody I'd rather see fight Adesanya.
You're goddamn right.
There's nobody that deserves it more.
No, I mean Marvin Vettori's trying to speak up, but
come on, man. Not
I
after
watched every
that.
minute of that. It wasn't that impressive.
No.
It wasn't.
And after I didn't you didn't deserve it after that, after your fight. After that fight, after the Whittaker Gastelum fight, you definitely don't deserve it.
Don't. Maybe he
My
could
man
have
put
got
on
it
a
if
show.
Gastelum won. If Gastelum won, maybe they could have found a way to say, all right, well, I guess we'll give it to Vettori. But
really?
I think so, because I don't think Kelvin Gastelum could have got. I mean, they easily could have made the Izzy rematch because that was a close fight too. But Gastelum has had a lot more up and down than Robert Whittaker. And remember, this was originally supposed to be Paulo Costa.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
So Gastelum wouldn't be in a number one contender fight if Paulo Costa didn't drop out. So right. I think that's the way Vettori could have got in. But with Robert Whittaker winning every round,
decisive.
Good fight, but yeah.
Kelvin Gastelum put up a fucking great fight.
I'm telling you, the kid has talent, man, but he's just taking too many fucking losses up here. Look at how small he looked. He was too small. And Robert Whittaker is a guy who actually moved up from 170 himself. He got knocked out by Wonder Boy at 170 back in the day.
True.
And moved up to 185, went on this run. I think he was wiped out after those 2 crazy 5-round Yoel fights. He goes up against Adesanya and tries to, pressure the shit out of him, and Adesanya just countered the fuck out of him and knocked him down all over the place. And I think he's really revamped himself and gotten back to a great position, man.
Yeah.
That has to be next. And I think, hey, I don't even know. I don't know yet. I want to see when it gets announced, but I don't know which way I'd go on that yet, because I think Adesanya's coming off the loss now. So the narrative has shifted. And Whittaker's the one who's on a run, just tearing through the middleweight division. So I want to see. I don't know.
So hard to call. I'm not going to make that decision now. But I tell you something, Robert Whittaker continues to look the way he has these past couple fights, bro. Adesanya might be in trouble.
I agree. Plus, I mean, I don't know how much wrestling Whittaker does, but there was somewhat of a blueprint laid out. I also think Jan Blachowicz is like so much bigger than Robert Whittaker. You know what I mean? So, and Izzy. So it's like, it's a little different because I don't even know how much wrestling Jan really does, but I think it was almost just a matter of size.
Yeah, exactly.
You could almost just tackle this fucking guy, and you're so much bigger than him, he'll go down.
It's true.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think Robert Whittaker definitely will be more patient this time. I think we've seen that in the last 3 fights, and as long as he does that, it could be a very, very good fight. And I'm very intrigued by the possibility of that. And Marvin Vettori, you just watched Derek Brunson do that same shit like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
So what you do is you come out and make a statement. But no, you did the same thing. So as far as I'm concerned, put him and Brunson together for the next one. Let them fight and see who gets the winner of Izzy Rob rematch.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, they both did it. Why not? Let's see. Let's see which one can adapt out of that game plan and implement their will. I don't even want to talk about Bellator. I hate that motherfucker, yo.
You gotta just run through it real quick. We talked about it on the last pod.
I'm gonna put his titties back up though.
Plus your boy Corey Anderson won.
Shut your mouth.
That's not my boy.
Yikes!
I fucking hate him, yo.
That's your man's in them.
When this dude landed that spin kick in the first round, I almost fucking jumped out of my seat.
Right?
Wanted it to happen so bad.
I went in just looking as a fan, but yeah, he won. He definitely won. He's going to the next round.
He fights Bader next, though.
They did the face off, and
I actually think
that's not too far away, is it? Right? They planned this shit like a couple months apart, right?
Yeah, I think so. And they're both obviously pretty healthy, I think, because they both have pretty dominant fights. So they should be able to get back in there sooner than later. And then we just have the end of the first round of this Grand Prix next on May 7th. We have Rumble versus Yoel.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yo, pause, but Rumble looks good, man.
I haven't seen Yoel, yo. I haven't seen much footage of him.
Yeah, but I'm not concerned. This is a 205 fight, so he had a lot of trouble at 185, but I got to imagine 205 is much easier to make.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters, man. Rumble looks good, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I haven't checked the lines on that, but yeah, we got a little bit of time.
Rumble looks like he's ready to come back and hurt somebody.
True.
And as good as the wrestling is from Bader and Corey Anderson and the champion, Vadim Nemkov, too, I still think, I'm not sure if any of them are Daniel Cormier level. And can they withstand the first couple of punches from Anthony Johnson before you're allowed to get in there and get his legs like DC did?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the one time he almost punched DC out of the fucking ring. Like, you know, but then DC was able to get inside. I don't know. I mean,
you brought up Nemkov. He's gonna he beat Phil Davis. He's gonna have a problem. Yeah, again. Phil Davis looked like he had no shot in there at all.
Phil Davis was that classic case of UFC cast off.
Yeah.
Like, I think Bader could have still been successful in the UFC. Even Corey Anderson, I can't stand him, but the wrestling and all that, he could have still been successful to some extent. Phil Davis, as far as I'm concerned, was washed years ago.
Word.
Like, string him up on the laundry line because he is washed and dried right now. He's toast. If I'm Bellator, I guess you could always keep him because he's a name compared to some of the other guys they got.
You definitely recognize that name. I don't know for what, but you'll recognize it.
So I guess now the next fight for Nemkov would be the Rumble Anthony Johnson versus Yoel Romero winner.
Yeah, that's why I said he's in trouble next round.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun, man. Yo, don't sleep though. Just because he's a Bellator guy, I told you he's pretty decent.
Yeah, but I watched that fight. Finally, I got to sit down and watch. And I heard them talking a lot of shit. In the later rounds, he doesn't show up, whatever. He looked decent against Phil Davis.
Well, Phil Davis sucks though.
Exactly my point. He's gonna have to withstand the ass whipping before he can continue on. And I don't know.
Let's see, though, because you know what? We've all built up an allure of this Yoel shit, and I mean, that would mean he'd have to get through Anthony Johnson, which I don't think he's going to, but...
I love you.
If he somehow were able to, who knows, by some weird, like, decision or something, like, let's say it happens like the Izzy fight, somehow Yoel gets the nod. I think I'm going with Vadim Nemkov in that fight.
Yeah.
But if Anthony Johnson shows up, like he did 4 years ago, before he left, and he does something bad to Yoel, everybody better back out. Like, they better start claiming ankle injuries. Fucking, yo, my back hurts. Yo, y'all could just give him the belt. Fuck it. I'm going to go fight at 185. Whatever you got to do. Because, yo, the guy in the UFC a couple years ago, bro, I think he could be the light heavyweight and heavyweight champion of Bellator.
Yeah. Shit, I seen him the other day, man. He looks good, bro.
Yo, he's back down to like 220. He was like 270.
Yeah, man. Fucking
crazy.
Putting in the work.
That one is the most mind-boggling one to me because especially with John Jones moving up to heavyweight, like Anthony Johnson, come take your crown, my man.
Right? Yeah.
DC is retired. John Jones is up at heavyweight. And all due respect to Jan Blachowicz, the guy from 4 years ago, you don't want that Anthony Johnson, Jan. Because you're just like the prototype to get. Ask Glover, ask fucking Nogueira up at heavyweight, ask whoever you'd like. He was putting bodies out there.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, beyond DC and John Jones, nobody was touching him in the UFC.
It's true.
He would be the 205 champion right now. I really believe that. That's what I didn't get, but fuck it. I guess, if Bellator comes with a better bag, right?
That's what it's about, Cat.
Let's have Jake Paul fight Anthony Johnson. They're not too far off in weight.
There you
They
go.
fought at 190 last weekend.
Would love to see that.
Let's fight at 205. Let's fight Anthony Johnson.
I'd pay for that one.
Oh, yes,
I'd pay for that one.
I would too. There's another week in between before Rumble and Yoel fight. And that's a good card. We're going to probably pick that whole card like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
So let's roll on to the upcoming UFC 261, man. Another pay-per-view coming up this weekend, and honestly, quite a banger on paper.
Yeah. They got some names on there.
You know I'll be the first one to be like, God damn it, how many in a row do we have to have? Let's just start stacking these cards up a little better. I think this one's pretty stacked. This is the reason why the next few are going to be like, okay, here we go again. Because it's like you have a couple of fights in here that you could just main event a few different cards. I don't know.
Oh, sugar.
Seems to be their model nowadays, but I don't know. So we have the whole main card we're gonna pick today. Honestly, there were a couple fights in the prelims I wanted to pick too, but figured how many can we do in 1 week? I don't want to be going all day, so we'll pick out these top 5.
Then we talked about the Alex Oliveira and Randy Brown fight a couple episodes ago. They were supposed to fight a couple weeks ago.
Oh, right.
And they got canceled.
Right. I have to dig back in to see where we went with that because I wasn't even. I don't know, actually. Yeah, I'd have to look. I'm not sure how we went on that, but I could look into it, though.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I could go back and do the research. Give us a view.
Yeah, right. All right. So, UFC 261, Usman Masvidal 2. Oh, man. Let's kick it off with the beginning of the main card.
Anthony Smith, Jimmy Crute.
Ryan Hart Smith.
Yeah.
Jimmy Crute sounds like he's straight out of an old school mob movie or something.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
guy?
Is that what you think of? I think of sauerkraut when I hear his name.
Sauerkraut? Why?
I have no clue. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Jimmy Crute just sounds like the guy you call to like clean up the bodies after you leave them in the house.
The fuck?
Oh, just call a fucking
good,
Jimmy.
yeah.
Call fucking Jimmy Crute. Have him come through and do the thing real quick. He knows a guy.
Are you dumb?
But yeah, definitely a prospect on the rise. I know he took a loss a couple fights ago, but has bounced back well. Anthony Smith has gone through quite a up and down UFC career, I think. I have a lot of respect for him, man. I think he's got some big wins. I think he bounced back well after the beating from Glover and
Bro, he's got so many scraps. He's been fighting for a long time, you know?
I know. His record is there's 50 fights or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
It's a tough one
Jimmy
to call,
Crute, bro, he was killing it in the light heavyweight division, kid. But my only thing is you can't get subbed by Misha Serkinov.
Yes, you can.
It makes me step away. Makes me step away from you. I don't know, man.
You like Anthony Smith here?
I don't know, man. I my question is, do you think that they've accepted Anthony Smith as that gatekeeper role? Because I don't think he's ever gonna get that top. I think they got other plans for other people. Mainly Reyes. I think they want to see him as champ, but
what happened to that guy? Where is he? I don't know.
He's coming up. He should be fighting soon.
I think. No, I don't think Anthony Smith is necessarily in that gatekeeper role just yet. Just because John Jones is not even there anymore. So
right.
Jan Blachowicz gets 1-2 more wins, and you're going to need somebody to fight him that he hasn't fought yet. And Anthony Smith could be right there. If Jones was still there, then I'd say maybe. Because I don't see them giving him that shot again. But I'd see him fight Jan Blachowicz, and I don't know. I'd like to. I'm hoping for a little bit of an Anthony Smith run, man. I don't know. I still have some. I like the guy. I want to like him. I don't know. When I watch him do desk work for the UFC, when it comes to like the pre-fight shows and everything like that, or any podcast interviews I've seen him on, he seems like a likable guy. And that's nothing against Jimmy Crute. It's not that I don't like him, but I'm still up in the air about where Jimmy Crute falls into the hierarchy of this light heavyweight division, and I think Anthony Smith is a good test of that, even if he's not necessarily a full-blown gatekeeper yet. Right. But I'm not ready to give up on Anthony Smith yet, so I think I'm taking Anthony Smith by a rear naked choke.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I got Anthony Smith by decision. I think the height and reach, I think that plays a factor. And I just think the time and experience in the octagon, it's going to matter. I got decision, Anthony Smith.
All right. Sounds good. Now, you know what? It just registered in my head when we were talking earlier about possibly reviewing fight. Didn't we review Chris Weidman, Uriah Hall, too? Didn't this get canceled like a while back?
I think so.
Because I feel like I remember my feelings on this and how it's very like Chris Weidman, Anderson Silva.
Right. I don't remember anything that I said. I remember, now that you say it, I kind of remember this fight getting canceled, but
I have to double check that, but I think it might have. I'm not positive.
Yeah.
Man, Chris Weidman, part of Team Sarah, friend of the show.
Very true.
Hey, I heard they call you the guru. You really know your fucking UFC. You're like a UFC historian. I like that. I like that a lot.
But you can't be upset, yo. Whichever way this goes, I like both of these old timer dudes to make that next run. Weidman loses this fight, I think it's over. Uriah Hall loses this fight, I think it's over. I think one of these guys is gone.
I don't know if it's over for Uriah Hall yet, but then again, I don't know if it ever started for Uriah Hall. I mean, there was a lot of hype and hope behind him after the Ultimate Fighter, and
how long ago was that?
Yeah, but not only that, man. I'll tell you the truth. I think that day he lost his real true fire. He seemed different, and I think it had to do with no crowd and stuff. And I know that's commonplace nowadays, pandemic life. But I'm talking years ago when we were doing the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah,
you knock somebody out with a huge crowd. It could, no matter how hurt that person is, the adrenaline's running through you, and you could be hyped. But when he landed that spin kick on the Ultimate Fighter that day in a house with nothing but the teammates from the house and some production guys,
yeah,
that dude was convulsing on the ground for like 10 minutes. No jokes. Like, that's kind of fucked up that you laughed, but you're definitely getting a wow.
Asshole.
But no, I'm dead serious. Like, all jokes aside, convulsing in the ring for too long.
That's what.
Like you're concerned, like holy shit, because he's breathing so hard and convulsing. Like, is he getting oxygen to his brain? Like, it was bad, bro.
Right.
And you're right. I think he lost it that day because it was a guy he had just like spent a couple weeks with in the house, whether against each other or not. These guys are all like sitting in the same house, eating dinner together, cutting weight. And I think when he saw that, he's always having a little soft spot after that, man. I think he doesn't really want to hurt people.
Yeah.
Even in the knockout of Anderson, in the last one, dude, he looked like he felt terrible about it. And it was like, it wasn't even really that good. It was almost embarrassing.
That's the thing.
I'm probably doing this with my heart instead of my head, but I'm going Chris Weidman.
Oh, motherfucker. I should have just made my pick before you. I'm going Weidman too. How you taking him? I'm going with a sub, yo.
I can definitely see that. Oh, man. I also feel like I'm definitely being biased because if you look anything at Chris Weidman's latest history, even though Uriah Hall's nobody to write home about, he has no right to be predicted to win this fight. I mean, the wrestling you hope, but I saw him do the wrestling and still lose. It's like he can't get out of his own way since the time he did that stupid shit, let Luke Rockhold get on top of him, and he's like, hasn't gotten out of his head.
It's true, man.
I don't know. You know what? Against my better judgment, but I'm changing. I'm going Uriah Hall by knockout.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And he's going to feel really sorry about it afterwards.
Holy fuck.
But yeah, I think Uriah Hall's still dynamic enough to like throw a spinning kick and probably heal this dude in the temple.
And if that happens, my man is gone.
Yeah, it has to be over. I know.
It's over.
That's a shame, but I'm gonna go that way. I gotta regain some points on the season too.
I feel it, yo.
I gotta just start making some moves. Fuck it.
Yo, Sarah, you hear how he does your man, right?
Wow. That's fucked up, bro.
Oh shit.
Damn, that's fucked up. Because I was just thinking to myself, I hope Matt Serra never gets a glimpse of this. And I even like Chris Weidman, yo. Like, I would fanboy out.
Word.
Like, if I was walking down the street and Chris Weidman was there, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I would, sign my belt. Like, yo, please.
Right.
Sign my hat. Sign something. I love Chris Weidman, man.
Yeah, word. You just
when
picked
you
him
really
to get
look
fucking knocked out. Whoa.
Oh, shit. All right.
I love it.
All right, let's move along. We got a triple header title fight main event.
Let's go.
Why a couple of these other title fights can't main event a fight night? I don't know. But let's throw three of them on this one. Valentina Shevchenko, Jessica Andrade.
Yes, sir.
I can't even keep track of Jessica Andrade and which division she's getting a title shot in this week. But it's like, I don't know, man. I know she's a little wrestler and shit. And I think Valentina actually looked vulnerable in her last fight.
You think so?
In a weird way. Not like, it was just like, you start to see it. Because Valentina's one of those like, oh shit, she's like 5 steps ahead of anyone in her division.
Right.
And I just think in the last one, I think she might have even lost a round there. Questionably. But the fact that it's even that,
I think she walked through the last fight.
I do too. But that's what I'm saying. You know, you have to start to worry about that at some point.
I think she knows she's got to be a killer in this one.
I think Jessica Andrade's whole method and whole approach, I think, plays right into it because she's so like bulldoggy and aggressive.
Yeah.
And I think Valentina could land some head kick shit that just fucking and drops her.
You're gonna be mesmerized.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going against the Bullet though. She's a killer. No way. And not for Jessica Andrade. No way.
That's easy. Yeah, so I guess we both on Valentina. That's easy.
Yeah, that wasn't even really a question though.
Yeah.
I think this next one is tough. Real tough.
Really?
The co-main event, Weili Zhang versus Thug Rose.
Holy shit!
And as of right now, because I'm not going to run from it, I did say a few weeks ago, I don't know if Thug Rose ever makes it to the cage just because there's going to be 19,000 people in there. And I think she's going to be a little nervous, but, you know, she has
Jacksonville about to be lit.
We'll talk about that after, but they sold out the Connor Dustin shit in seconds.
Everybody wants a piece of that.
20,000 in Vegas.
And even if you didn't want a piece of that, you know you could resell that shit for money.
And how about this? Dana White said, mask is optional.
Shut your mouth.
Of course.
You don't even have to wear one. I'm surprised about that actually. I don't know.
Yeah,
but anyway, Weili Zhang, Thug Rose. At some point, Thug Rose no longer wanted the belt. Let's just admit that, right? When Jessica Andrade dropped her on her head, I think she was like, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore. She was a little wiped out, burnt.
I guess you could say that. Or maybe she just lost it.
I don't know. I think she was fucking Jessica Andrade up, tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was fucking her up, and she took the slam the first time and could have thrown the armbar, but sort of let it go. And then she got lifted again in like the same exact position, and it just seemed weird. It's like that wasn't like typical Rose. I don't know. All I know is I just want to say something. Could these people leave Weili Zhang alone? She seems like a very nice person.
You would think that she was evil, but
like she's a killer in the ring. Don't get me wrong, and she's really talented. That Joanna fight is probably the greatest female fight of all time and one of the top 5 greatest fights of all time anyway, in general.
Agreed.
But Joanna came at her with the gas mask images during coronavirus when she was now Thug Rose is calling her a commie.
Yeah.
Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
where it comes from.
I see on Instagram, all this girl does is like she's like this nicest little Chinese girl who like, she's like, oh, great training, blah, blah, blah. And she don't say nothing wrong to nobody, really.
That's how she says it?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Off, bro.
Me or you?
I was trying to do my best, right?
My man said, oh, great training.
No, see, that's what I didn't do.
That's what I heard.
That's what I didn't do.
I heard it.
I got close. But I did it. You just full on went and did it. You just did it. You full on went and did it.
Oh, shit.
No, that's fucked up, man. Leave that girl alone, man. She's nice.
I agree, man. She's a great champion. She sets an example for all the young girls out there, man.
Yeah. It's going to be, I think Joanna's still in this with both of them, and no matter what happens. But
what? She's done fighting. She's a model now.
Wow. Asshole.
She's done with fighting.
What? No, stop.
She's all over Instagram. She's modeling. That's over.
No, she'll be back.
She's not fighting no more.
Yes, she is. What are you talking
she's not.
about?
That's over with.
You know what? Because I have to get crazy and I have to have one title change. I'm going to take Thug Rose. Belt changes hands. And new.
My man talked all that shit and won't even stick to it.
No, what I said was I was worried she wouldn't get there because of the danger of coronavirus and a large crowd.
Yo, my
and if
man
you go back and watch,
be speaking a different story next week.
And if you go back and watch, I say, but if they do get there, I could be leaning towards Thug Rose because once the gate is locked and she's in there, and she's no longer has to. I swear on everything I love. My only concern was, will she not be nervous about the fact that she's going to like open the doors for the first event publicly that's truly like 20,000 people in there? I thought she'd be a little nervous about that.
I can't wait.
But close the door behind them, and you're going to get to see who Thug Rose is.
Okay.
And I think the range, the submission ability, where you going with this?
I'm going opposite. I got Weili Zhang, man. I'm going to stick to what the hell we were saying a couple weeks ago. And Rose is just in the wrong headspace. She clearly showed that. She took the whole approach, yo. I need to build up a narrative that I am fighting for my country to get through this fight.
You're goddamn right.
Okay.
Pick on this girl, yo.
Okay, whatever floats your boat.
Oh,
she might rearrange your head too.
Oh, great fight.
Wow. Asshole.
Yo, Cancel Central.
Thug Rose, yo. Thug Rose is winning the belt, yo.
Yeah, nah. Weili Zhang. Let's get
Weili Zhang. All right, let's go to the main event. It feels like this happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, very true.
Kind of weird that we're getting a rematch on it now, but hey, I'm a big Jorge fan still, man. I don't see what could be different about this from the last one.
Right.
But he believes, truthfully, that on 6 weeks, he would do enough training to make a difference that he could beat him. I think he also feels like, I don't feel like I was beaten up that badly in that last one, so it's not something he doesn't feel like he could come back and get it, get it back.
Yeah.
It's not that he was beaten so badly. I'm not here to tell you he was. I know he wasn't. I said it too. I said at most, like, what it hurts? His fucking toes? Like, what are we talking about here?
Right. Let's not forget the foot stomps.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I don't know. Listen, man, this may send me down really deep. I think there should be a conversation here, but I'm going to try to build a narrative in my own head why I think this is going to happen. I'm going to take Jorge again.
This guy is fucking nuts this week.
For 2 reasons. Not because of the camp.
Okay.
Not because of the anything's different than the last time.
All right.
This is my difference. Like, right? Look, this might be insane, but listen. Number one, I spoke about this on a previous podcast. Kamaru Usman has been wanting to get his father in the house for his first ever, time to see his son fight for the title, like to defend his belt, right? And because of the whole pandemic, he hasn't been able to do it because his father was locked up to like a year and a half ago. So he wasn't able to get him, right? So since he's been out of jail, he's been in this pandemic, so he hasn't been able to come to any of these, right? And he can't. So this is where his father is. His father will be there fight night. And if there's one thing, even though with trying to give more respect to Kamaru lately, I always believe he just is not truly confident in himself and his heart. And I think this is something that might be on his mind. And then to parlay that, why did he ask for this one back? Are you telling me he's actually going to spend 5 rounds holding this guy up against the cage and stomping on his toes again? Because then why do this?
Yeah.
Why not just move on to the next guy? I think he's here to make a point. I think after his fight with Gilbert, he took a punch. It staggered him. And he came back like a champion, like a warrior, and he knocked Gilbert out. And I think it gave him a little bit of confidence. And I think he thinks, you know what? I don't think Jorge can knock me out. Matter of fact, I want to put a stamp on this. I'm going to knock him out. In front of my dad, for the first time as the champion, in front of a full crowd as the main event. I'm going to be a superstar after this. Because Gamebred is a superstar, right?
All right.
So, is he going to give Gamebred a chance to win this fight? Because if he's smart, he take him down, throw him up against the fence immediately and laughs after the first round's over. He goes, ha, I'm going to do this shit again, take home 2 checks, and I'll see you guys in 6 weeks, bitch.
You're goddamn right.
He has to adjust. I'm the champ.
Yeah.
But if I know Kamaru,
who the fuck is that guy?
Stipe just got knocked the fuck out by his man, Francis Ngannou, right? Well, oh, man, that was exciting, man. I'm going to do the same shit to Jorge. And he going to leave that window open for what reason? And don't get me wrong, yo. I believe that this leads to a third fight, obviously, right? Because they'd be 1-1 at this point. And then Kamaru comes back and implements the wrestling and has no doubt 50-44s him like George St. Pierre does to Matt Serra in the next fight. But I think he's going to get clipped, going to eat one to the body. Jorge has great striking, man. And Do I think if Kamaru wanted to, he could implement the same strategy and easily decision him? Yes. I got to get more than 3 points for this one, right? I mean, what are we talking about here? Plus 350?
He's plus 330, but one thing. Matt Sarah, do you see the shots he's throwing at you this episode? Number
I thought
two.
you would miss that, yo. I was like, damn, I just did it again.
Number 2, right? Yo, you should sell cars, bro, because like, yo, you just sold me on that. Because the whole time you're preaching, I'm like, yo, I could see this narrative, but I don't think so, bro. He's gonna have his pops out, like you said, bro. He's gonna have his pops out there, yo. He about to come there. He's gonna implement that wrestling. That yo, Papa. You remember when they was calling me Marty? This is what it was for. Let's do this. I'm taking Usman, bro. Yeah, yo. That's what's that? 4-pointer? I throw a 4-pointer. Half court.
That works.
Steph Curry with the shot.
I don't know, man. I'm like I said, I was gonna build the narrative almost to convince myself, but it's like, what else are you doing this for?
Yeah.
Did you really called him out after he didn't even have to win another fight to get back to you? You called him out to hold him up against the fence and stomp his toes out for 5 rounds again?
Nah, he'll dominate him this time. I think he puts up a lot better of a performance, and yeah, I think he dominates him.
So are you talking like Khabib type domination then? Like takedowns with ground and pound and shit like that? Because what else?
Yeah, Jorge's
or you think in the hands Kamaru could dominate Jorge?
I would hope that he doesn't try to do that. I don't want to see that fight because Jorge is that dude.
Yeah, man. And
he's
you know
been
what?
doing this for a while, and he can apply an ass whipping, bro.
Kamaru
he shouldn't do that.
Kamaru Usman might be honestly like the best champion the UFC has right now since Khabib was retired.
Right.
But there's just something where he doesn't seem to really be confident in himself.
100%.
And that's what I read from all the Marty from Nebraska shit and all of that. It's like, what really happened there?
Fraud.
Like, how do you go from everybody in the wrestling community knows you as Marty from Nebraska to painting your face green and white during your UFC fights like you from the homeland?
Well, I'm saying, bro, like he found himself. Everybody finds themselves, right?
I guess, but he just never seems truly confident in himself when he should be. Like, he should be. Why not? Yo, you're young, you're athletic, you're good, you're great, you beat everybody up in your division, you're the champ. Why do you not seem like you believe yourself even when you say these things? Like, he has this smirk on his face when he's talking in interviews where he's like, I'm going to end this guy, man. And you're just like, yo, I don't believe your face.
Yo, put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on my name.
Oh.
I'll be letting you know that next week, too.
Nah, Jorge is going to... Listen, I think that they're going to have a trilogy.
Nah, it's over.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah.
He's got to be here for something. And I think he wants to prove something big in front of Papa. So we're going to see.
Let's do it.
But I also think it's going to start to eat him alive when they're... I mean, remember, they're in... Like, yeah, I get it. Kamaru Usman actually lived in Nebraska. He's from Nigeria. But then when this fight was announced in Florida, he said, well, this is my home. All the fans are going to be there for me.
Wrong.
That's a lot of homes. It's like 3 now. But Jorge is, you know, Miami's going to be in Jacksonville. We know that, right?
Right, yeah.
And I just think Kamaru, just because he trained there for the last couple of years, where hasn't he? You know, the guy bounces around. He doesn't have a real camp. Like, he just...
Fraud.
You know, that's not your home, man. You can't claim every fucking place in the whole globe as your home. Claim one of them.
He reps everything, kid.
I know. My man over here understands that.
Fraud.
My man over here understands that. Yo. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good pay-per-view. I'm excited.
Too funny.
I don't know, man. Other than that, it's a lot of fight news, a lot of shit going on. Another thing I kind of wanted to say, I know we didn't put any Met shit on the rundown, but I think we got through this pretty quickly, so I just wanted to mention. It's still early, but it may be time for me to start to put a little more respect with Marcus Stroman, too.
He deserves it.
He's looked great, man. Not looked great, he's been great. You know? The whole pitching staff's done really well, I gotta say.
It's contract year, though, right?
Of course, yeah, of course. But that doesn't bother me anymore.
No, not at all, bro. Not at all. Show it off.
Contract year or not, that doesn't scare me. We could pay you the most. So it's really a contract year for both of us. If you don't prove your worth, we'll let you go somewhere else.
Right.
Wow, what is going on with the Yankees? Last place?
Yeah, having a hard time. But yo, it's a long season, bro. They get those bats going, man, and it'll be hard work for a lot of them. But
of course, I think it's gonna turn around, obviously, at some point. But I don't know. It is very early. I'm not making any, overreacting interpretations from what's gone on so far. But I would be interested to see when it turns around, because I don't know if the pitching staff is ever going to be strong enough when, down the road. I just don't know.
I hear you, bro.
Like, as a Mets fan, not to throw it on top of Yankee fans and shit and really pile on, but it's just like our pitching staff is looking pretty good, and we got some soldiers coming later.
On the way.
We haven't seen Cookie Carrasco yet. We haven't seen Thor come back yet.
Yeah.
And both those guys theoretically could be back and ready and also back into the flow of the season by the time the playoffs come around.
Yep.
Whereas I just don't know who's coming for the Yankees. I don't know. And if the offense doesn't turn around, I mean, I'm sure it will. They'll have their ups and downs. But it's a long baseball season, so I guess we will see.
It's very true, my man.
It's been great to be a Knicks fan lately. You wouldn't know nothing about that.
Yo, we was all over it, kid. You seen what it was? Julius Randle. Julius Randle putting up buckets.
Yeah, Julius Randle, who I've been absolutely advocating for, while you've been an absolute Nets fan until this last 5-game win streak.
Absolute
bullshit.
I told you what it was over here, bro. We rep NY, kid.
Fraud.
Episode 16.
You already know.
In the books.
Same shit. Different day.
Let's go, kid. Love you, brother.
Love you, kid. See you later.
Soon. Happy 420.
Oh, spark up.
Oh, shit.
Smoke weed every day.